Hello guys, what is going on? I am back today with some more shiny hunting for Garchomp while the Pokemon Go anniversary event is going on, which is interesting. We have Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, Wurmple, and Eevee with party hats, and Pikachu with the cake hat, all at 1 in 128 shiny ults. And 4x Stardust for the entire weekend. Not bad. How are you doing today, Bob and Bill? Should also feed my buddy. Now? Yes, Bob, now. You know, you'd think that do the anniversary event, you know, during the anniversary of Pokemon Go would make sense in my opinion, but maybe that's just me. You're good, nice. Yeah, I'm doing okay, I guess. Can't wait to get a female Gabite shiny today. I also need to swap my buddy and Pogo to Cranidos. I have a new motivation for shiny hunting, which is... Would it not make sense to do Gibbles on Switch with like eggs or something? There is so much wrong with that sentence, holy moly. Yes, using sandwiches for Gibble would be faster. I don't know why I would do eggs for Gibble. That would not make any sense. But this was my first ever shiny hunt, so I want to do it this way. But why eggs? That just doesn't make sense at all. I'm no longer the person with the most recent shiny in the Discord down, because eggs. Which is like the slowest shiny hunting method. Period. Is our shiny hunting method slower than egg hatching when you can egg hatch for something? Yeah, random encounters is slower, fair, I guess. Random encounters or sulfur setting would be slower for something you can egg hunt for, but other than that, egg hunting is literally the slowest method. Sorry, that just doesn't make sense. This is so much faster than egg hunting. Boom, boom. Hold up. Buh. Have you seen that one Belgium match against Senegal? No, Bob. The Netherlands has been knocked out. I've watched one match this World Cup, and it was Netherlands-Sweden. Because that was the only match that the Netherlands played at a reasonable time. He scored twice in 3 minutes. Well, that's happened before. That's not that special. I guess in the round of 32 that might be kind of special. I think in the 85th and 89th minute, within 3 minutes, it says a 5-minute difference. Right. That's a 4-minute difference. Could be a 5-minute difference. Could be a 5-minute difference. We were both wrong? Right. The thing is, it could have been a 5-minute difference. It could not have been a 3-minute difference. No, it could have also been a 3-minute difference. It could have anywhere between 3 and 5 minutes. Fair. Can't be 5? Well, 4 minutes and 59 seconds I still count as a 5-minute difference personally. But they tied 2-2 and then they scored on like the 125th minute. Down. Crazy. Wait, so who won? That is not obvious from what you're saying now. Belgium, okay. Down. Cape Verde also lost really late to Argentina. They like played really well, apparently. Even lost hope. The Mexican gets 4.59, but most likely wasn't the extreme values. I mean, sure, most likely wasn't, but on average it'd be 4.5-ish minutes. Is that true? Can you get an average for this? No, on average it would be 4 minutes. There's like a 25% chance it was closer to 5 minutes than any other amount of minutes. And you also have to keep in mind that we're not talking about a uniform distribution, right? If you score twice within that amount of time, it is more likely there to be more time in between than there to be less time in between. So there's actually a decent chance it's closer to 5 minutes than 4 minutes. I also hate the way you write 4.59 when that's not how you write that. But I don't know, I'm just nitpicky, I guess. You learned something new yesterday. Well, you're pretty young, Bob, so I'm not surprised that you still learn new things. You're still in school. England could have lost our game. Fair. I don't know. Again, I stopped watching after the Netherlands got knocked out. I don't care too much anymore, personally. It was a pretty big new area, which I have not seen before, in my cave in Minecraft. Wow. Good for you, Bob. I'm gonna turn on my game sounds. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I can hear the game sound now. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Did you ban DTR? No. He's probably out catching Pokemon for the anniversary event. Would make sense. Just wanna hear the sparkles when they happen, you know? Why not? Or because of the Axu, you mean? Right. I get something you want and I get banned. Yeah, but you get something you want and then specifically posted just to annoy me. DTR's just showing off his shiny. There is a difference. I post every shiny? Yeah, sure. Something like that. Having the sound on brings me back, bro. Because, I mean, obviously when I did my first shiny hunt, You know, in the beginning I always needed to hear sparkles. Again, can you guys hear the DSs even just a tiny bit? I'm just curious. My shiny day streak still hasn't broken. Well, mine... I did get a shiny yesterday, I guess. I'll get plenty of shinies today in Pogo. But in the main games... I don't know. I do not know. Geodude and Zubin in the same run in Legends Arceus? Damn, nice. Nice, nice. God, hearing the Gabite cries feels so interesting, dude. I think the first time I did this hunter, I did it with my Trapinch in the lead, but, well, I need a Q-Charm. I heard that, yeah. The Gabite noise is quite loud, I guess, so you might hear that. But that's fine. Noibat is just pretty low level of sound. Don't know why. I'll probably go out for Pokemon Go today, but I don't know when. I really don't know when. Because I kind of want to go out to hunt the new costume, well, not new, the party costume Pokemon. But between 2 and 5, they will not be spawning. So I'm thinking of maybe leaving at like 4:30. So I get some Sobble, and then I can try and get the costumes after, I don't know. Shiny Geodudes are good except in Fire Red and Leaf Green. Sure. Getting him in a horde in X and Y is scary, because they can kill each other. I think I've gotten all 3 of my shiny Geodude from hordes in X and Y, and none of them killed each other, but I have definitely happened before where they killed each other. Just not shiny, I guess. It's scary. Oh, they did that cry in sync. That was crazy. I hope Spoopa can be fast. Aren't you already like over odds for that? Because I feel like you've been hunting that for a while now. I don't know. Oh, only one day? Alright, my bad. I hate how the game with the Jigglypuff is slower, just because Jigglypuff's landing animation is slower. So silly. Got the Leo 2 days ago. Yeah, but you were hunting Spoopa already then, right? I think. If I'm not mistaken. No? Oh, my bad. My bad, chief. Were you hunting Litleo then? Or Scatterbug? I don't know. Where can you get Litleo? I don't know. Stonehenge route, I think you can get it. It's the only place I can think of where you can get it. That Lily was my second longest one of 4,600 ever. Down. Route 22. Okay, I know what that is. That's why I got a shiny Azurill, which I think was your target. Pretty sure I also got out the Bidoof there. Want a shiny Azurill for Surf. Fair. Oh, because you're doing a batch quest thingy. Hip, if you want something for Surf, just before the area where you need Surf, you can hoard for Wingull. That's what I did. And Wingull has like a 65% encounter rate. You can also soft reset for Lapras there if you want. And you can also do random encounters, which, if you do random encounters on that route, you have a 70% chance to get a Pokemon that knows Surf, or around 70%. Yeah, I did it as well for my shiny batch quest in Y. I did get the Wingull. Wingull doesn't actually learn Surf, but Pelipper does. And again, so does Tauros, so you have like a good chance to get a Surf Pokemon there. Just don't get Miltank, or I forgot what else you can phase on there. don't know. Can't think of it. Chattel and execute. Well, Chattel is not in hordes. Is execute in hordes? I don't know. But yeah, if you do random encounters, you can get that. Are you not gonna do hordes? Because you don't want to do hordes, or? You can also work for Taurus. Yeah, but Taurus is a 5%. Right? Or is execute 5%? Yeah. This is Route 12. On the same route with Wingle. Yeah, I know. What's the... There's a repeat you can phase on if you hoard. That's what I thought. If you hoard on that route, you have a 64% chance to get something that no serve. You might even be able to fish there, but I don't know. You probably just want to do full odds, I'm guessing. If you do random encounters, you can get Slowpoke, Tauros. Are those the only two Pokemon there that learn Surf? With a combined 40% encounter rate? No, Miltank also learns Surf? I don't know. Only full odds. I mean, technically hoarding is still full odds, you're just encountering Pokemon faster. Hoarding doesn't do anything to boost your shiny odds, you're just encountering Pokemon faster. Some people see it as full odds, I don't. But I guess it's up to you to decide. What's this full odds? Yeah, fishing not. Fair. So, are you gonna do the rest of your hunts hoarding? Because, you know, it's like at least 4 times faster than random encounters. No, okay, fair. I think it's what I did in my batch quest. I did a full odds hunt for Pidgey. And then I think after that I started hoarding. Yeah, I did. I think the rest of my batch quest was hoarded. No, I did one random encounter where I got Miltank on route. What is this, 22? 12? Whatever. Hordes are under level and limit my targets I can get. That's true. Both are true. Although I mean, in the grand scheme of things, in a batch quest, being under leveled means nothing. If you're willing, or a shiny playthrough, whatever, like if you're willing to grind for shinies, grinding a couple of levels takes no time. Plus, I mean, you can level grind while shiny hunting. So that should not really be a big deal, but the limited encounter pool I get. Still though, I don't know, I just wanted to have 6 different Pokemon. Or that's not true, I want to have a Pokemon for every badge. What did I beat the game with? I don't remember. I think I had like Pidgeot, which is still in my party right now actually. I got like Exploud. Oh! My Pelipper Pokemon Champions has the Kalos Champion ribbon. You know why? Because I used it for my shiny batch quest. And I beat the Elite Four with him initially. That makes so much sense. Wow, did not think about that for some reason. My team sucks for the second gym, so I'm getting a 3rd member, which also sucks, but that's not important. Right. Just more team members. Did you soft reset for a starter? No, okay, fair. That makes sense. I didn't either. My starter was Pidgeot. Which was the only dupe I'm pretty sure I got the entire batch quest. Because I literally did not have a choice. I did it for like a week, quit it, 2 days later I got Green Monkey. Oh, you didn't... In my opinion, doing a shiny Bash Crest or shiny only playthrough, if you want to skip the starter, that's fair, but you should at least hunt on the first route. That was at least my rule. Like, as soon as I had access to encounters, I'm like, okay, I'm catching something here. Which is how I got my Pidgeot, because I didn't really have much of a choice on Route 2. I'm pretty sure Pidgey was like the only dupe on the routes. Weedle might have also been, I'm not sure. Zigzagoon and Fletchling, Bunnelby, and Scatterbug I think definitely were all new though, so... It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. I was tempted, but I wanted Monkey. What is the encounter rate of the monkeys anyway? 30%? Yeah. Fair. Not even that high. Oh, Repel Trick. Oh, that makes its encounter rate quite a bit higher, yeah. The Repel Trick you can only get 4% Kakuna, 1% Pikachu, and 30% monkeys and 10% Fletchling. So if a total 45% encounter rate, of which 30%, so it's it was literally a 2 and 3. Yeah, exactly. In 2 and 3 chance of getting monkeys are a 2 and 9 chance for each of the monkeys. I did that math without using a calculator, by the way. Ha ha ha. Bones? Hello there, Gamer Todd. I don't know what a bones is, but welcome to the stream. How are you doing? Smart fella you are, I know. Just from looking at the fact that Pikachu had a 6% encounter rate from level 3 to 4, I knew level 3 was 5% and level 4 was 1%. I just know the encounter table from XY. It's crazy. Bye-bye? What? What are you saying, bro? Huh? I am one very smart fella. I think I would only encounter on Route 12 because I have 70% Surf and 10% Fly. Fly's not necessary though, but yeah, I get it. Wait, what on Route 12 flies? I saw you while scrolling, decided bones, and bye-bye. Very interesting. Oh, pin. Okay. Oh, Chattels is 30%. Unless you go for the flowers, then it's not. Taurus and Miltank have a 30% each in the flowers? Damn. Okay, I did not know that. Fair enough. Did I hunt in the flowers? I don't remember. Are the flowers even available? No. How do you plan to go to the flowers, Bob? Fart smeller. How do you plan to do that? Then I'll just word it. Bruh. Fair enough. Do you have a sweet center yet, or are you gonna honey? I remember specifically I tried to soft reset in the berry fields for Illumise, because Illumise has sweet scent. Didn't get it. Because the berry fields were too annoying for me to figure out at that point. I figured it out later there at some point. I'll have to catch normal Pokemon. Oh, then why do you need a surfer or a flyer? Sounds like you don't. Hello there, DTR. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Hello there, Kira. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing today? Don't have to swap it out all the time. That's a valid point, I guess. Now, when I did my Pokemon Y batch quest, it was only shinies allowed, apart from the first hunt. No, give me today, but male Pika and my third Squirtle. Ooh, nice. I need 2 Bulbasaur, 3 Charmander, 3 Squirtle, and Eevee, and Gimme Ghoul. The issue is, I usually play Pokemon Go on a day like this between 2 and 5, which, yeah, that's not great. So I probably plan to leave at around 4:30. Did you forget Calm Day? There's no way, right? There's no way. The first hunt to catch a lot of Pokemon so I can't kill my team. Oh my god, bro. How did you do that? Impressive. I say ban DTR. I don't know. You got Shadow Shiny Exu. And you're being stupid. I do like the fact that all the costume Pokemon are boosted to 1 and 128. That's a really nice boost for wild Pokemon. Oh, on my alls. Oof. Oh, I'm not battling shadows on my alls. But yeah, I plan to leave at around 4:30. I think I'll get like 3 Sobble, and then I'll do some Rocket Grunts. And once it's 5, I'll pop like a bag and go for the costumes. Do you already have 2 regular Gimmighoul at least, DTR? You just need the costume? Also, is there a costume background this year? I'm imagining so, but maybe not. Yes, okay, fair. 10 coin. So it's the same background as last year, but just slightly different. Wow. I still need to upload a couple of Pokemon Go shorts. Yeah. Spookbus such a good shiny. It's really not a bad shiny, correct? It really isn't. Also, if I do get another Hundo Gimmighoul like last year, I got 2 Hundo Gimmighoul last year, right? Yeah, I did. I hope they're not costumed this time. IVs were really good. Which IVs? Oh, actually, oh damn. Not Purify Boss Shundo though, I'm assuming. It's honestly a question I have. If I get Shadow Shiny Axu, do I purify it? Or if I get Purifiable Shundo Axu, do I purify it? I think if that does happen, I'm gonna absolutely grind another 3 Shiny Axu and then purify the last one. Maybe hunt Aerodactyl for Fly. Isn't Aerodactyl post-game in XY? Is it? I thought all the fossils were post-game, but I guess not. It's the only one that's available for post-game. Aha, aha, I see, I see. Interesting. However, post-game its encounter rate does go up. But I also have a lot of root fossils. How? Oh, 214. Oh no, yeah, that's a very good Axu. That's a very good Axu. Yup. Yuppers, for sure. Incredible. I'm gonna have to grab something to drink in a second. I'm getting very thirsty. I think after the next encounter, I'm gonna go do that real quickly. When I deleted my X-File, I traded them over to Alpha Sapphire and to the new X-File fair. You're such a smart fella, Bulb. I literally said I was gonna hydrate, and then you redeem it anyway. You're a smart guy. Alright, I'll be back in a second. Oh yes, more hydrates. It's sunny in Belgium? It's very cloudy here. That's interesting. Dude, I love running up and down the stairs, man. Oh, or down and up, rather. Can you read? Oh, sunny all day for DTR. I'm stupid. I got no Conde notification. I guess? I don't know. I don't really read those if they do happen. Oh, dude. My cardio is so garbage, I'm gonna be honest. It's pretty bad. I don't want to go out because I really want to get leaf green shiny today. Good luck. I ran down a hill, hurt my hip a little. Ugh. Hip, do not do that. It's not the smart thing to do. Shiny on while you're out. Personally, I wouldn't hurt my hip while running down a hill. Maybe that's just me. Also, genuine question: how high does something have to be to classify as a hill to you? Cause like I got a hill near me, bro. It's like a whole 2 meters high. Like, damn, that goes up, dude. Jeez. 150 meters? What the frick? No, that's a mountain. That's no longer a hill. That's a freaking mountain. What do you mean? 150? No, it genuinely is though. Like that hill that's 2 meters high near me, one of the biggest hills nearby. Like that is genuinely big. Takes a minute and a half to walk up. 150 meters? You climb 150 meters in a minute and a half? No. That 2 meters is the highest hill in the country? No. No. In the south of the country, we have a mountain. The tallest mountain of the country that is 322 meters high. According to Wikipedia. The second tallest mountain, which I'm pretty sure is no longer a mountain technically, is 110 meters high. After that, 85 meters high, like 150 meters high DTR. That would be the second tallest mountain in the Netherlands. According to this list I see here. The third tallest is 85 meters high, the fourth tallest is 69, then 55, 52, 48, 45, 44, and the third tallest is 37 meters. The 12th tallest mountain, in quotation marks, is 8 meters high. 8 meters for the 12th highest mountain in the Netherlands. That definitely is not a mountain, that is just a hill. .30-degree climb, 130-meter climb. Pythagoras? Brother, that's Sokotoba, dummy. You are a not so smarty pants, so what is that? It is the sine of 30 degree times 130. What? That is 65 meters. On Sokotoa in 8 years. Fair. But for Pythagorean, not only do we need a right angle, you also need 2 sides to calculate the third side. If you have if you have an angle, then it's Sokotoa. But at a 30-degree incline, if it's a 130-meter climb, then that means it's 65 meters tall. You know, assuming it's a straight line. And it also depends whether the 130 meters is the hypotenuse or the other one. The eagle's view. You're spooking the bulb. Good for you, bulb. This is 7th grade stuff, bulb. This should not be new to you. Actually, Sokotoa probably is not new. It's not 7th grade. Sokotoa sounds more like 9th grade? 8th grade? I don't know. It's summer break. Yeah, funny how math is there always at all times. Not just during school, but it's, you know, findable IRL almost everywhere. Kinda crazy. Kinda crazy how that's how math works, you know? Bob, how did you know you had a 70% encounter rate for a surf mon if you did random encounters in the flower zone Route 12? You think that was calculatable without math? Math is everywhere. Let's use math for everything. Yeah, exactly. Just a question, ETR. In Sokotoa, what do the O and the A stand for in English? Opposite and adjacent. Those are probably the words. In Dutch, we actually also use an O and an A for those. It's just instead of a H, we use S. Because, as far as I'm aware, we actually do not have a Dutch word for hypotenuse. Yes, we call it SOS Castoa, Bob. Or Sos Castoa, whatever. Yes! He knows math, crazy. No, but actually, I don't think we have a word for hypotenuse. You know how we call it? The diagonal side. Nice. I forgot about Sokotoa being the 3 side makes sense. Being the 3 sides? What? Do you just remember that you learned Sokotoa but don't know what to actually do with it? Is that what happened? I'm gonna go drink, don't misbehave while I'm gone, It's really fun to teach people. I probably learned but I forgot the meanings. Damn. Okay, so what it means, I'm just gonna explain it. It's super simple. Alright. If you know, I don't know, basically it is the sine of the angle equals the opposite divided by the hypotenuse. The cosine of the angle equals the adjacent divided by the hypotenuse. And the tangent of the angle equals the opposite divided by the adjacent. That's what it is. I think people in construction have to use that all the time. I mean, you said you were doing manual labor, but I don't think that was in construction. It's math that I know, but it's English math, so it's still poopy. Yeah. Makes sense. But I mean, since you know what it is, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out what all the words mean. I hope. And I mean, you know what opposite and adjacent mean. Those are just regular English words that you can translate. O, A, and S. Yeah, something like that. Boom, 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 boom. I was similar to a delivery guy, but in a warehouse. Only math needed was Tetris. Fair. Yeah, no, that makes fair. That makes sense, I guess. Don't know. I'm trying to think what other type of math you need, but not much. Completely forgot the math of it, but I know the words down. I mean, it's not terrible, I guess. Because, I mean, once you learn it, again, you'll probably remember it easier this time. Because, yes, Bob, you're gonna have to use that until you finish high school. So, Kotoa. Something plus something equal 1 or something. Well, if something plus something equal 1, Bob, what is something? Good job, Bob. Bob knows math. Kinda crazy. Ah! I swear I gotta run from here. So. What stupid do you think I am? You want me to answer that for real? My brain said anything between 0 to about 1 and 0.99 instead of x plus x equals y. Yeah, it's fair. It was specifically because he said something twice instead of something plus something else equals 1. If it was something plus something else equals 1, there were still an infinite amount of possibilities and didn't have to be between those numbers specifically. You know, you could still have a billion plus negative a billion and 1 plus negative 999,999,999. I said that wrong at first. That still equals 1. I take things literally, people hate it. Well, in math, everything is to be taken literally. Sorry. You're such a jolly guy. Thanks, Bob. I appreciate it. I got a Wilmer face for Guzzlord? Oh. I was gonna say, what the hell are you doing? But you're doing, DAs. Noibat on hat. Frick you. Secret of your jolliness? I'm not so jolly these days, man. Oh, that's wrong button. Whoops. I don't have a Noibat's in my prop selection yet, I don't think. Over odds again? Well, I'll probably be too later today. I do not have a Noibat's in my props yet. Sick. Over odds only in leaf green. Yay! I'm currently not over odds anywhere. Not on my Gimmighoul hunt that's paused. Not on my Gabite hunt. I'm not over odds for Gimmighoul, am I? Maybe I am. I don't remember. What is this on? Is this on holes? No, this is still the old number. I don't remember. You're not even 3k. Oh, I'm definitely over 3k. Right? 3100, I believe. I thought I was like close to 3300, but I guess that might have been another hunt that I'm thinking of. I don't know. I guess we can just, you know, go to YouTube's and go look at the older streams. The issue is, you can't see the last time I shined at Gimme Ghoul. Because all the thumbnails after that still had Gimme Ghoul in the thumbnail. Ooh, I'm starting to regret doing that now. Oh, Manaphy and Gimme Ghoul, Manaphy and Gimme Ghoul. This is just Manaphy. It's probably this stream 3 weeks ago. That's the last one. Don't play the sounds. Don't actually play. Thank you. Okay, this stream specifically, I ended at 3,404. Yeah, I was gonna say I was a bit further than that. 3,404. Bob, you are diabolical. You are a menace. Me and my son, yeah, right, goodbye. I am the Noibat now. How long is that, 10 minutes? I think 10 minutes. And I have 90 points, serves you right. How? Yeah. How many points do you have, DTR? Who, by the way, has been subscribed for over 2 years now. So, yeah, he gains channel points a bit quicker. Imagine this shiny Noibat as shiny Noibat. What? What are you saying? I also love how I'm still here on the short stream. On short stream, I'm still just here. Also, when do I level up? I level up in 50 kilometers. Probably Go Fest. Go Fest is next weekend, right? Yeah. I'll level up next weekend. Let me Google something real quickly. Okay, well, I was curious about that. Remember when you removed the redeem become a shiny Pokemon? No, I don't. It's balloon time! Oh, I thought I had a radar. I'm stupid. Flying type, I don't need that. I'll still beat it. That is the electric guy girl. No, it's just Racine Construction. Oh no, that's her name. You gaslighted me into believing you didn't? What? Brother, I never removed that. I don't know what you're talking about. The radar streams? Sure, bud. Yay, 100 points. Yippee! You know, Bob, if you were to subscribe, you would get channel points up to 2 times as fast. Oh, dude. Oh, I want to crack my back, but I can't. You sometimes have that feeling where you want to crack your back, but you just can't. You know, if you got a job, you get money every day. am hired. I don't start working until August, but I am already hired. So, yeah, I know, Bob. I think it is, what, like 25th, 26th of August? I get my first paycheck? Crazy. I have times when I want to crack my neck, but I fear snapping it. I've never wanted to crack my neck. 0 points, crazy. I can crack my fingers basically on command. I can crack my toes. I can crack my knees, although that is very situational. I can crack my elbows sometimes. Just crack my right one. Can't. Just did my left one as well. I can crack my hand or head. One-handed. What does cracking mean? You know that noise when you make when, like, I don't know, you just pull your finger back, like so, or you pull it in like so. Breaking bones, no. Hand, okay. I mean, head is one letter away from both hand or head, so. It does also happen randomly sometimes. Sometimes it does randomly happen in my neck or other areas. That's natural. It's natural to a certain degree. I crack a lot of my joints a lot. It's always loud. I mean, yeah, the longer you save it up, the bigger the air bubble is gonna be, so the louder it bursts in. That makes sense. First math, now physics. This is is this physics or biology? Or chemistry? I don't know. I wouldn't call this physics though, I don't think. Be at age 90, cracking my uncracked thumb explosion. I mean, the thing is, eventually the bubble just bursts anyway, right? Even if you don't do it on purpose. Patito patato. Last words from Bob. Very much so, yeah. Is this meant to be audible? It's not necessarily meant to be audible. I just wanted to be able to listen to it myself. Just brings back memories, you know, of my first shiny hunt. As far as I'm aware, all you can hear is sometimes you hear like a goodbye cry or something, right? Or do you actually hear more than that? I don't know. Maybe you should watch the stream back to see what you can hear. You're not meant to be able to hear much, necessarily. Being able to hear it is not... All I hear is... You're skitty. Oh. Meow. Oh, skitty is loud, yeah. But I feel like goodbye should be as loud. I don't know. Yeah, exactly, Bob. I want to feel young again. When I started shiny hunting, you know, blissfully unaware of the path I was stepping on. Almost 10 years ago. You hear all the cries, fair, but only the cries, which is interesting. You hear the Noibat or Jigglypuff cries though, right? The Bob he would one day meet. I don't know, I feel like if I wasn't shiny hunting, I would have still done YouTube. I don't know. 2 Shadow Scyther Rage, how generous. I mean, there's nothing interesting in raids until, like, next Saturday. If I go out today, I might as well just do a Shadow Raid, I guess. Or something I still need. I probably won't. Maybe I'll do Palkia. DTR, how doable is Palkia for somebody with a level 75 and level 65 account? Very doable? Okay. I'll probably attempt it today. It only has 2 weaknesses, which is not great. It's not many. Max, imagine if all chatters were the same age, but they're the same person, and they will be dropped in one class who would become friends. I mean, Bill and Pop would be friends 100%. People do it without gems. Yeah, but that's at level 50. with level 50 Pokemon and stuff, right? I mean, it's fair. It's probably doable. I don't know who else would be friends. I'm gonna be so honest. I feel like if the two of you were the same age and in class together, you'd be friends. You're both different enough to be, you know, friends, I guess. Two of who? Well, there are two people in chat right now, aren't there? It's easier than Dialga. Alright, fair. What? Me and me. You would probably absolutely get bullied by Bill and Pop, though. He has threatened me many times. Yeah, but he's like a decade older than you. If you were the same age, I don't know. Also, who doesn't threaten their friends every once in a while, you know? Mr. Me would absolutely be friends with Taiga, I feel like. For sure. I feel like Mr. Me or like Jermit would be like the popular guy of class. Who's friends with like everyone. Yeah. Definitely. Eyes back. Yippee! Who else? I don't know. Star, Liam, Penguin, whatever. I don't know who he'd be friends with. Would be enemies? Unity R would be enemies with Bill and Pop, I feel like. Although, I don't know. Bill and Pop are also old in their own ways. And that's the problem. Basically, all of my viewers have something wrong with them. Right? How else would you end up here? So in that way, I think maybe everybody would be friends. It's just not representative, you know, of the general populace. One thing I know for sure, I will be enemy with Boy from Belgium. Yeah, but is he a common chatter? What's the last time he was here? Like, let's be honest. He was here for like a month, and now he's gone again. Which is fair, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, but I don't know, Bob. How many enemies do you have in your current class? How many people do you genuinely consider enemies? Oh yeah, you can definitely hear the Skitty. I just saw my mic spike whenever Skitty popped out of its ball. 1. Interesting. He's like a sort of bully. Right. Makes sense, I guess. You get punished for giving me a handshake. What? Interesting. I'm also throwing a shoe at my head, but okay. Right. I have so many questions. What shoe does he have to just throw at you? Huh? That's a great question. It was PE, so a sports shoe. Ah, you have sports shoes for PE. Interesting. Fair enough. I remember in the final few years of high school, whenever we would have PE, I would just have my PE clothes in my regular bag next to my books the entire day. And then when it was PE time, I'd put on my PE clothes and put my regular clothes in my bag. And then once PE was over, I'd just drive home in my PE clothes. was kind of neutral towards him, but my female friends hated him. Your friends in quotations. Right. Yeah, fair enough, I guess. I remember when I was in school, especially the last 3 years, I never, ever used my locker apart from during test weeks when we had to use our locker. I just never used my locker, bro. And then... I don't know, some people use their locker like every day. I never use my locker, I did not like it. They have more enemies IRL than I have in this chat. Crazy. I don't know, nowadays though, I'm pretty sure, especially with phones, you're not allowed to bring your phone to class anymore. It has to be in your locker. I'd personally put it in my bag, but I don't know. The Netherlands, all schools now have a no phone policy in class. Which is interesting. I don't know. Has to be in the bag here. The thing is, what's the difference between putting it in the bag and in your pocket? I don't know. You can still grab it at a moment's notice. It's just inconvenient. I don't know if I understand the phone ban that well. Don't ask me. Yeah, that's fair. Dude, what do you do if you have an hour? Just like, I don't know, the German teacher got sick and you didn't have an hour of nothing. What the frick do you do if you can't use your phone? Like, I genuinely don't know. Do you just go to the PC room to play games on the PC? Like, I don't know. Stare at the wall unblinking. Exactly. Schoolwork I don't want to do at home. Well, I'd rather not do it, you know? Personally, that'd be what I do. And like, yeah, some kids, I guess, if they have an hour of nothing, or with our German teacher, we would go home an hour early. Yeah, okay, well then German was a bad example, Bob. But sometimes you just have an hour in between. Some people will go home, but for me, that was too far away. So you know what was really nice? Sitting on a bench, opening my phone, and playing Clash Royale with my friends. Which our minister is removing. What is your minister removing? One hour later or 1 hour earlier? I don't know how schools work in other countries, man. I've had schedules where my final period ended at 12. Also, every, like, random day, free school is gone. What do you mean by that? I don't know, after every test week, you have to go to school like normal after it's done. So there just is no test week anymore? It's just a regular week with tests? If that's the case, then there's just no test week anymore. Because that's really funny, because in the Netherlands, they're adding more test weeks. I remember when I was in school, we'd have only one test week at the end of the year, but nowadays almost every school has 3 test weeks every year. And I'm pretty sure also, I've heard from people that tests are exclusively during test weeks, so you're not allowed to have tests anymore outside of test weeks, which is just crazy to me. It makes no sense, but I don't know what they're smoking. Variety of smarter school is a school with more school days. I personally believe that the people in charge of the schooling system have to be teachers. That should genuinely become a law. You're not allowed to decide anything about schools unless you either are currently a teacher or have been a teacher for a minimum of 20 years. Because I feel like every single teacher could see that that's just not the case. More school days equals smarter people. Because that's just not how it works. Funding for schools, so parents have to pay for everything. Belgium is an interesting country. But how does that work? Aren't you... Doesn't Belgium have like a thingy where you have to go to school? You can't just drop out? How does that work then? You have to go to school, but you can't go to school because you don't have money. Literally, how does that work? Huh? She basically throws the poor people under the bus. Yeah, but it's not just throwing under the bus. That is a law that is literally not enforceable because it's impossible. That has that become a law? Yeah, the way it works in the Netherlands is when the big people make a law, it goes to some other people to check if it's enforceable and makes sense and blah 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 blah. Surely those people should realize that the law is not enforceable and therefore it doesn't become a law. Right? You'd think? Massive protest going on because of her? Yeah, I wonder why. Wonder why. I also feel like if they do this, then that means that, poorer schools are going to be able to pay their teachers less. Down. All those people hated her too, and somehow people still voted for her, because apparently she's still in charge of things. Very interesting. How that works, huh? Politics is weird. I don't know how it works. Personally. The biggest problem of education isn't even being fixed. What's the biggest problem of education? Dude, move to the Netherlands. Issue solved. Again, I'm pretty sure the Dutch education system is like the best I've ever heard. Too little amount of teachers. Yeah, but like, how do you plan to just fix that? Exactly. Like, that is not something you can just fix. Yeah, but she isn't working towards fixing it. Yeah, but what are you meant to do to fix it? Literally, what are you meant to do to fix it? There's, like, kind of nothing you can do. I don't know, that's her job, not mine. The only thing you can realistically do is do higher wages. But the thing is, in the Netherlands, teachers already make good money. It's really not that bad. The thing is, people don't want to be teachers. You know why? Because parents aren't parenting anymore. And the kids have gotten out of control. And people don't want to be teachers anymore. So that's more of a thing, that's more of a problem for everybody than just the government. I don't know. I mean, at least that's like stories from America, right? Sometimes when I hear stories from America, I'm like, why would anybody ever, in their right mind, want to be a teacher in America? With what's going on in those schools? Bad pay, kid shock, zero attention span, long hours, I wonder why. Well, the thing is, in the Netherlands, there is no bad pay and there aren't long hours. Still a teacher shortage, though. So even if you fix half of those issues, DTR, it's not gonna solve it. I've also heard that, like, some schools in America have the teachers stay at school until, like, 7 p.m. and they have to be there at, like, 6 a.m. or something. And I'm like, how? When you're done teaching, shouldn't you go home? I don't know. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense to me. You know, in the Netherlands, teachers are very similar to, you know, the students. Once you're done with your schedule for the day, you can go home. I mean, sure, teachers probably sometimes have, like, meetings or other stuff, but for the most part, you're done with teaching for the day, you go home. You're done with your lessons for today, you go home. And teachers have a lot less hours than students as well. Like, full-time job is like, I don't know, like, somewhere around 25 hours a week. Like, damn. Again, and Netherlands teachers earn well, don't have long days. But it's those pesky kids. It's those pesky kids. And I'm sure not all of them are like that, but, you know, the exceptional ones that ruin it for everyone are becoming more, I think. I don't know. I don't know. Have you watched the Nova League yet? No. I think I was talking about it, like, what, yesterday? All the PokeTubers? Dice, probably. Nah, not really. Kind of. Dice was a bit of a class clown. It wasn't that bad. Again, in the Netherlands, I feel like it's also not that big of an issue. As compared to other countries. Because you know what we have here in the Netherlands? We have a difficulty system. The smarter kids do a harder difficulty. The less smart kids do an easier difficulty. You know where most of the troublemakers are? In the easier difficulties. Which me and Dice did not do. Yeah. That is also a nice thing. Yeah, that's at most. Yeah, you're gonna have some troublemakers in, like, higher difficulties, of course. But not nearly as much. Dice was an exhibit. Again, Dice was not really a troublemaker. He was more of, like, a class clown, in a way. You know, like, okay, yeah, it's fair that that's, like, I don't know, I remember chemistry in, like, 10th grade. I was in class with someone who also was a class clown. I don't know, again, I wouldn't say troublemaker. They never yelled at the teacher. They never were disrespectful. They just didn't do their homework and did not pay attention and stuff like that, right? And sometimes didn't shut up and were talking to the person sitting next to them. Like, nothing terrible, you know? They were just annoying to the teacher. But not, like, actually bad. And then in 11th grade, the teacher said, "You're sitting in the front, right in front of me, the entire year. I do not care." And then Dice was like, "Oh, well, I'm sitting next to him." And then the teacher said, "Dice." Okay, I didn't think he knew his name yet, but I don't know if you should sit next to him, you know? And then he did, and then the teacher was like, "I'm happy you're in the front of the class as well." I understand why you sit next to each other. What Pokemon should I try to get in Quest? Mew. 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 And again, I don't think we really had big troublemakers in class. Can't. Skill issue. Only have 2 legendary thingies. Womp womp. Well then, go for more Starmie. Try and make your team stronger. My team is strong enough. Fear does 40k damage. That literally means nothing to me. Do you think I know numbers? My guy? And again, Pharaoh might do a lot of numbers, but believe me, he's not endgame material. Endgame material is 1 bulk hopper and 2, what is the Hydro Pumpers? I feel like Starmie is a must almost. I don't know. I want a shiny. What? A shiny Pharaoh? I'll go for that then. You have a shiny Pharaoh? Oh, I don't know, man. What you're talking about then? That's the thing on my team. Oh, you want a shiny Staryu then? You know, while working on getting a good Machamp, I did get a couple of shiny Machop myself. That's my first shiny I have to. Don't need to yell at me, bro. You think I remember every shiny all of my viewers get? You're crazy. Ugh, stretches. Hunting for months for that thing. Fair. Do you think I remember what you got though? I know you got a shiny. There is an option for me, actually. Go for odds, eat lunch, and then go out at 1 to catch some Pokemon. So it might not be a terrible idea. Go out at 1, and I have like an hour of the event spawns, and then Sobble. I might do that, actually. If I want to end in 62 encounters, that's like 10-ish minutes. Yeah, I'll do that, I think. What stones to use with Hydro Pump? I don't know, man. I'm opening the game. You want 1 stone that makes you attack twice, which I think is called Whack Whack. And then 2 turns. That just make it more powerful? You want to form like a line of 3. I just don't know what they're called. Voila. Switch. Oh, 2 time reductions and 1 Whack Whack. Weightless. Whack Whack. There you go. See? Watch. No, I was wrong. 2 time reductions and a Whack Whack. Just got a Meowth here. It's my daily encounter. Wow. Dirty Thumbstick? Is that dirty? I mean, it's not perfect condition, but I wouldn't say it's that dirty. It's nothing compared to your DS, good sir. I don't think you have much of a say in this. Yeah, that's what I thought. Your DSs are dirty as hell. What's your favorite Kanto mon? Say Mew, please say Mew, even if it's not, just say Mew. Or better, say Jinx. Oh god. Unfortunately, Eevee is really easy to shiny on. In Quest, specifically. No. He asked your favorite Kantomon, so he could hunt that. Missing now. Oh, of course. Of course. Well, that makes sense. When I'm sent for Tauros. Pretty sure you can get Tauros at a higher encounter rate. I don't know, I have a shiny Tauros. This is the hardest Pokemon I've left. I have made a Google Docs for this. Google Sheets, whatever. For all the numbers. What do I still need? It's loading very slowly. No, this is the wrong Google Sheets. This one. I need a 3.6% Jinx, a 33.5% Magikarp, a 4% Ditto, 24.5% Porygon, 45.5% Kabuto, 9% Aerodactyl, and 5.1% Snorlax. The highest you can do for Tauros is 3.9% down, and I have it, that's crazy. But Jinx maximum encounter rate is 3.6%. Which really sucks. That's the lowest one I still need. And Ditto at 4%, Snorlax at 5.1% aren't fun either. Aerodactyl at 9% is manageable, and the rest is all above 10%, so it's fine. You know what you should do at some point, Bob? I've done this at least a couple of times. Gold Pult, 5 legendaries. 5 legendary items. Oh. You get the legendary of all time. I don't know, the thing is, I have all 5 shiny Pokemon from the legendaries too. So I don't really ever use it anymore. I've maxed out my legendary items for like a long time now. I don't have a good way to grind legendary items yet. You don't have a good way of grinding legendary items yet. There's a party at Wurmple nearby? No way! How common are the party has DTR? They're very common, right, I assume? Team total number is only 21k. The thing is, the numbers don't mean that much. But make sure you're using good bonuses on your stones. Hit healing, dude? Oh. Hit healing is gonna be like the best thing to put on stones. Of course, other numbers are also important, but hit healing... You just survive so much longer. Your Pika from Fields Research, nice. I'm not gonna go for Pika personally. already have it. And I know some people go for both genders, but I really don't care about that personally. I still do wonder, the week after GoFest, whether we're gonna have the region exclusive balloon Pikas. Because one of them was in the trailer, but that might have genuinely been a mistake, which I'm assuming. I have 2 males. Yeah. Blech. What do I have? Pika and SLD. How many Pikachu would go with that Pikachu with the K-Cat a long time ago? It's a male. My ult is gonna be full of trade Pikas after that. Oh, probably, yeah, fair. Makes sense. What's a Boom Burst Stone? What does that do? Broad Burst. Doesn't the stone tell you what it does? I don't know. I mean, by the sound of it, it just sends the attacks more broad. Would be my guess. Well, I don't know. Attack width +1. Yeah, your attacks just become wider. Broader. I'm gonna be so honest. This song looks incredibly cursed on the audio mixer. Almost all music on audio mixer is fluent, but this song just isn't. It looks really cursed. You look cursed, thanks, Bob. Appreciate it. Did you add a Noivern on his head? What, for the remaining, like, what, 5 minutes or less of stream? Don't know if he wants to use his channel points on that. Please. You do it, Bob. Use your points. I have 170 points. Sounds like a skill issue. Take a look. Now I have 70. You're so smart, Bob. You're such a fart smeller. %80 increase daily. Interest increase daily. Don't ever take a loan, kids. My economics teacher told me there should only ever in your life be 2 reasons you take a loan. Reason number 1 is to be able to get, you know, a university degree. That is one thing you can take a loan for. Reason number 2 is to buy a house. Only 2 things you should ever get a loan for. That's what my economics teacher told me. And, well, I don't need a... Well, I technically have a loan for my study. I think my loan is like, what, 10,000 or more. But it's gonna get wiped away once I get my degree. And for a trip to Vegas, no. Definitely don't. I don't know, it's like almost impossible to buy a house without a loan. Gamble your loan away and make more money. Yeah, that's how that works. Just start a Ponzi scheme, duh. Duh. Listen to me, kids. You're right. Bob, the economics teacher. We're really gonna go over odds twice in a row. Balls. We are over odds for a male shiny Garchomp by now. Also 1 in 1228. I'm at like 1397. Almost at 1400 total encounters. But that's fine that this one goes over odds. I hope the final one goes under odds. I didn't even read it exactly, Bob. It's a waste of points. I don't know. It just depends. There's a good chance that 29th of August I have a even then, I don't know. I'll genuinely wake up. I'll start streaming at 7, bro. I'll stream from like 7 till lunch, which is like 1 p.m. That's like 6 hours. And then after dinner, from like 8 till midnight, it's another 4 hours. I can stream easy 10 hours on that day, minimum. But anyway, these are gonna be the last encounters for today. I might be back tomorrow, I don't know. Things are looking interesting. Either way, I hope y'all have a nice rest of your day. And I'll see you guys again some other time. Bye-bye.